everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Love for Intuitive Astrology. I'm super excited because today I'm going to talk about the year of 2025 for the sign of Aries. So this is for everyone who has their sun, their moon, or their rising sign in Aries. Although I think, well, I recommend you to watch it especially for your rising sign. That's the most accurate, and sun sign, okay? So Aries, it's going to be a huge year for you, okay? There's going to be a lot of planetary shifts. I'm going to discuss the shifts of this year, slow moving planets, important changes for you, and also I'm going to discuss the best months for love, for work, and you can write that down so you know when to make certain changes. Of course, this is a general reading, but I'm trying to make it as accurate for everyone as possible. If you want to know more specifically, your months, you can check your own charts and check the degrees, or you can, of course, book a private reading with me. And you find all the details in the description box below. So Aries, let's start because it's gonna be a major one and we have a lot of shifts this year. We're starting off with Mars retrograde. And Mars retrograde is starting in the sign of Leo. And it's going to transgress, how do you say it? It's gonna move into the sign of Cancer slowly. So these are the subjects surrounded by family, children. So when we look at Mars, this is a planet of passion, anger. And when we look at retrograde, it's more internal. So when we start to get angry around certain subjects related to family, related to children, okay, these are the things that we kind of walked away from, but now it's time to face them so we can let them go, or we can finally face them, okay? Not only it's surrounded by family, it could be your housing situation, or frustrations regarding romance or romantic love, right? Maybe you're having some passion with someone from the past, and this could be good or not good, okay? Because when there is a retrograde, things from the past or things unresolved might come back, and then you can see, is this good for me or is this not good for me? But I always say sometimes you have to face things in order to see if things are still for you, yes or no, and then you can kind of let it go, okay? So this also has to do with your creativity. So maybe you've been postponing something, or you need to go back to a passionate project that you've been working on, and maybe it's not completely finished. Maybe you need to do some finishing touch over there. So that is really important. Not only do we have Mars retrograde this year, yes, a lot of fun, we also have Venus retrograde this year, okay? So we're really going to dive a lot into self-love this year, and especially you, I'm going to explain that later. There is a huge spiritual awakening happening for Aries. Like, you cannot run away from karma or your lessons, okay? You're gonna have to face them, and it's gonna make a huge, your character is gonna be so much stronger, and you're gonna know yourself so much better. So it's gonna be a big year for you. There will be some ups and downs maybe, but it's really a huge growth is going to happen, and you can really grow spiritually like never before, okay? It started in 2024 and it's going to continue in 2025. Okay, so Venus retrograde is on the 1st of March. It stations retrograde 1st of March 2025 in your sign, okay? And it's gonna move back slowly into the sign of Pisces until the 12th of April 2025, okay? And this has to do with, like I just said, self-love, your identity. And we already have Chiron in your sign, okay? So you have been facing a lot of wounds, like, who am I? What do I want? Who do I want to become? What kind of leader do I want to be, right? And I'm not saying a leader as in a business leader, right? You are a very, if you have a lot of planets in Aries, then yes, you are a more leading sign. So you would be good at leadership positions. But right, a mom or a dad is a leader. You could be a leader in smaller things, right? Like maybe you're in a walking group and you're the one that's gonna, you know, lead the pack and say like, come on, let's go. You're gonna motivate. You're good at motivating other people to follow. And yeah, so when Venus is retrograde here, we're going to really look into, what parts of myself I don't love or I don't like. And very often we meet people that project the qualities that we don't like about ourselves, so we don't like that person, okay? You can literally not like someone because someone doesn't have the same moral ground as you, but sometimes someone has qualities that you have and you're a bit, it's confronting, okay? So look at that. And it's moving back in the sign of Pisces. And Pisces is gonna be also a huge subject this year, okay? There's a lot of planets surrounded by Pisces, which is in your 12th house. So we're starting off with Saturn there, okay? And Saturn in the 12th house is really taking off layers. And these are the subconscious layers. These are the layers that maybe you're not that aware about, okay? So these are the ones that you can access to through meditation, through hypnosis, through being alone, because in the 12th house, we like to spend some time alone. So that would be very key for you, especially up until the 25th of May, 2025, because we're gonna have Saturn moving out of the 12th house into your 1st house. So especially, and it's gonna dip its toes in Aries in your sign for a little while. And that's going to be up until, do I have that here? Because I can't remember all the days. Up until the 1st of September 2025. And then it's going back into Pisces. And then on the 17th of February, no, on the 14th of February 2026, it's going to go back into your sign. So early degree Aries, you're going to be highly impacted, okay? You're going to already feel a bit of the heaviness of Saturn, because Saturn is a bit heavy, right? It wants you to realign with yourself, and it's kind of the hard teacher, okay? It teaches you how to work hard for what you want. And, you know, Saturn doesn't necessarily like to be in Aries, right? It's in its fall. So as we say in astrology, but it's not something you should fear. Actually, I believe the hardest planets build the best characters. I've seen people with amazing characters that have difficult charts, and you know, it means that you're learning, and very successful people have usually difficult charts, okay? So I don't want you to run away from this or to be afraid. It's gonna build character, and you're gonna really look into yourself. Who am I? What is it that I want? And for most of the year, Saturn is going to be around Neptune, and Neptune is also going into your sign, and this will happen on the 30th of May. So May is going to be a quite big month for you. It's going to be a huge shift, and in a way it's quite positive that Neptune is in a conjunction with Saturn, okay? They dance around each other the whole year, from Pisces to your sign, you know, they're gonna dance around each other. And when we look at Neptune, this is the planet of illusion. This is the planet of spirituality, creativity. And on its own, it can create two scenarios, right? It can create a connection with source. A connection with source creates someone who is very creative, because you have access to certain parts of yourself, right? That maybe you normally don't have access to. So that's why meditation can make you really creative, and you will have lots of ideas. And The thing is that usually it's up in the air, so it doesn't really ground you. And Saturn is there to say, hello, wake up. Stuff needs to happen, okay? If you want to be creative, you're going to do something for it. So you need to make a plan and you're going to need to make things happen. So in a way, I actually really like that Saturn is there because it's going to kick you and it's going to say like, okay, what is it that you want to do? And especially related to your leadership, it's creating responsibility. So yes, it could be in the creative field. Neptune on its own as well can make you foggy, okay? It can make you zone out, but Saturn is going to ground you. So actually it's quite positive that these two are together, okay? So highly impacted early degrees. So between 0 and 5 degrees, you're going to be highly impacted by these changes, okay? This year, you're going to feel them. And Saturn can make you feel a bit heavier, okay? But at the same time, it's teaching you something, okay? And I wouldn't shy away from it because when change needs to happen, we need to be uncomfortable. Because if we're comfortable, why would we want to change anything, right? We don't want to change anything when life is comfortable. So this is about facing what it's time for you to face, okay? Everything that maybe you were too scared to see, okay? Something that can be let go of. And this is a huge one, and I'm gonna tell that for some people. Trauma sometimes is gonna stay in your body until you have the space to really face it, okay? Until you have the space to face it. And it even happened in my own life, right? If you're looking at my channel, you can see the many changes that have happened in my life in the past 2 years. And I needed to let go of a lot of things. And there was a lot of trauma and a lot of emotions that came out. And then suddenly, boom, I met someone and I moved. And now we started a retreat center and a lot of things have changed, but there was no space before, okay? There was no space before for that, all these things, because I couldn't handle it. So when you're full of emotions and full of things that are preventing you, right? Sometimes you have to let it go. So I think it's going to be pretty major for you, okay? And another big shift, okay, we're not done because there are a few big shifts this year. I don't know like how I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna talk for all the signs, but I want to be specific. So we're gonna have where I'm gonna start. Yeah, let's start with, I think we should start, where are you? July. Okay, let's start with Uranus. So Uranus is shifting in the sign of Gemini. And for you, Gemini is in the 3rd house, okay? And just before, on the 9th of June, Jupiter is moving in the sign of Cancer, okay? So the first part of the year, there's a lot of focus with Jupiter in the 3rd house on communication, traveling. It's really about studying. And after June, Jupiter will be in Cancer. And this is great news because Jupiter is exalted, okay? Jupiter is exalted in Cancer and it's gonna really bring some relief and release to the planets that are in signs that they don't really want to be in, okay? So the second part of the year is going to be good for moving, selling a house. So after June, moving, selling a house, renting a house, buying a house, okay? Everything related to your housing situation. Also your family. So there will be a lot of focus on family, being together with family. And also feeling your grounding, right? And that's why I'm saying it's like Jupiter is going to catch you after June. Even though we have all the shifts in May, Jupiter is going to catch you and say like, you know, I've got you. I've got you. You're grounded, you're safe. And when you're grounded, when we look at the lower chakras, when you're grounded, the rest can go with you, right? But the first chakra, the base, needs to be stable in order to carry the rest of your body, the rest of your chakras, okay? So yeah, it's going to be a lot of focus on that. So whatever is happening in the housing situation, the home situation, you're gonna have the lucky planet behind you, and it could be resolving those kind of situations, okay? So Uranus is going to move in from Taurus to Gemini. So Jupiter is moving to Cancer in June, and then in July we're going to have Uranus in the 3rd house. This is going to create a very creative brain. You're going to have a lot of ideas. Ideas coming in, ideas going out. Ideas coming in, ideas going out. Okay, so in a way, this could be a little bit of a restless energy as well. Okay, you're going to have a lot of out-of-the-box ideas, because literally Uranus is a bit out of the box, okay? It really wants you to think out of the box and maybe shock the public a little bit. So you could be saying some shocking things in your communication, and people are like, whoa, did Aries just say that? I don't know. But you can really create something that is new, that is innovative, and you're gonna look at things from a different perspective. So I really like Uranus in the 3rd house more than in the 2nd house, because in the 2nd house in Taurus, it can create some unstable income, you know, income going out, income coming back. So yeah, it's gonna be really nice there in the 3rd house in Aries. Okay, so that's another shift. And then we're gonna have on the 29th of January, okay, so I'm gonna go back to the beginning of the year, and we're gonna have the North Node moving in the sign of Pisces, okay? Especially at the beginning of the year, like I said, right, there's gonna be a huge spiritual awakening for you, because this North Node in Pisces is going to be in conjunction with Neptune, and at some point with Venus, with Mercury, with Saturn, and it's going to create some kind of destiny, because the North Node is creating a new destiny for you. It's creating something that is aligned with your path, right? And it will awaken something related to that, okay? If you work in the fields of, I don't know, you're working in hospitals, you're a doctor or a nurse, okay, you will see that there will be new opportunities for you. You're gonna have maybe new ideas, you're gonna shift jobs. So you will be aligned with something new. Saturn in the 12th house can make you wanna volunteer. So volunteer for different, I don't know, animal shelters, or help people in institutions. Or it can make you carry a lot of responsibility for the collective, okay? You can be paid for it or not, but the 12th house is usually really about just giving. And if something comes back, that's great. But if it doesn't come back, it's great too. It doesn't matter, okay? So these are pretty major shifts that are happening. So Uranus in Gemini will be until the 8th of November. So between the 7th of July and the 8th of November. And then it will be back in Taurus. Then this year, let's look at some planets which are gonna be good for specific things in your life. So let's look at travel. Aries, let's look at travel. So January till July, and then November and December 2025. These are your travel months, okay? Then we have health. And I put an exclamation mark June, July, because we're going to have the South Node in Virgo with Mars. This could create some issues with your health, so be careful there. So watch your health in these months. It's really important. But in general, good health months would be September, August and September. but we do have the South Node in Virgo. So it's time to really face some health situations, okay? If you don't look at the health seriously, the North Node is gonna activate you resting, okay? You need to take a chill pill and rest. So be aware of that, Aries. Money months, April, May, and June 2025, okay? These are for you months to make money, which is nice because you can do great things with money. I'm not against money. Money well spent is good. Money wasted is not good. Okay, wasting money on, I don't know, stupid things that don't matter in this world. You know what I mean. Love months for Aries. So love months are August, September, and October 2025. Career, okay? Career months are January, September, and December 2025. And then moving, well, this is a big one because there's going to be a huge emphasis for you this year in general on traveling and moving, okay? So 9th of June and end of the year, this is your time to move. If you want to move locations, if you want to move to a new place, especially if you're an Aries rising, okay? This is a good time to make that shift and to move to your new location. I hope I didn't skip anything. Well, I did my best. Anyways, this is my forecast for Aries 2025. Let me know in the comments, what are your plans for 2025? I would love to hear from you. What are you gonna do? And do you have certain months already planned? Are you in this spiritual growth, spiritual awakening? Because I know that a lot of you Aries are growing tremendously and your character is being built like never before. And before we end this video, I know people don't want me to promote anything, but hey, I have to make money as well. So we also organize retreats. So we have a new retreat center and it's really, really, really exciting. It's beautiful in the middle of nature. So if you're interested in knowing how to read your own chart and working towards your own spiritual awakening, look at the description box below, because there we have the website that is going to explain you everything about the retreats, because not only did I make all the steps myself to transform, and if you followed my channel, you see that through all the work that I've done, I managed to manifest and build on all the things that I would like to do. And I want to teach you the same thing because you have the power and the energy to really, really work towards what it is that you want. And astrology can be an amazing tool to do that. And also being awakened or awakening through meditation and all these things, it's gonna really help you. So anyways, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you. And I wish you a happy new year, the best year for you, Aries. Bless you so much.